Aquarius, the unicorn of the zodiac. Welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So my cutie patootie looking all is so yummy. Welcome to your reading from August 11 to the 17th. Now in this reading, dear Aquarius, we are going to be taking a look at your past, present situation. We're going to take a look at your near future, the main challenge, clarify all the cards, and get some final advice for you. Aquarius, I miss you too. I just came back from my marvelous and mesmerizing trip from Hawaii, Maui. It was definitely very much rewarding, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your wishes, all your care, and all your love. Now let's get into your reading, and I'll talk about my trip the last minute probably of the video at the end. But now the most important focus is you. So let's get into your reading and see what's going on. Unicorn of the zodiac. Let's see what's going on for my Aquariuses. Okay, so Aquarius, your challenge is the Four of Swords for the upcoming week. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Swords followed by the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So your challenge here has to do a lot with retreating and, disconnecting from something. You're definitely in a very major healing process for you. You're healing from something very painful that has happened in the past, and we're going to clarify this and get some information shortly. Aquarius, in the recent past, you have the Five of Swords, the Sun, and the Queen of Cups. In the recent past, I do strongly feel like here that you might have dealt with either a fire sign, Leo, or water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, possibly Libra. I feel like that for many of you, this connection encompassed like a lot of overthinking. Okay, there was a situation here between you and this person that kind of like got you in your head. You might have questioned a lot of things about this person. Okay, we're gonna get back into this and clarify this shortly. I do feel like you were dealing with somebody that I get this energy of hot and cold, on and off kind of an energy. We're gonna clarify this shortly. In the present moment, you have the Fool, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So in the present moment, there is definitely a desire here for a brand new beginning. You're having a major realization with the Ace of Swords. There is some sort of clarity that you are seeking. There is some sort of news that's going to come towards your way. And you might have your guard up right now towards anyone or anything. We're going to clarify this and get some information shortly. I feel like you're having your guard up right now due to the fact that something very traumatic happened, okay? And that's your challenge you're healing right now. Now, in the near future, dear Aquarius, you have the Six of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. In the near future, a soul connection, re-signing a contract, I don't know, some sort of a conversation that's going to take place between you and another person. I feel like here somebody is attempting or is going to make an attempt at least to kind of resurface and come back into your life, okay, and offer you some sort of a new beginning. We're going to clarify this and get some more information. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Wands, the Nine of Cups. What you don't see coming here is a lot of happiness, regardless of the situation. I see here you finding the balance, seeing the glass half full, and really seeing the joy in the midst of a chaos, okay? You are a very analytical sign. You're my opposite sign, I'm a Leo, and I feel like that you look at the situation from different angles. You have a different approach. The Aquarian mind is very unique in a way that you are able to perceive situations from a totally different angle and perspective than a lot of the other signs. Just gonna say that. And I think it gives you that freedom. It allows you to really see, what am I learning from this? How can I grow from this situation? And how can I contribute to the humanity and to the society with my knowledge, right? So now, Aquarius, let's get some more insights, and without any further ado, let's hop into your reading and clarify the Four of Swords, which is your main challenge. So the Four of Swords, Aquarius, in the present moment is clarified by the Strength, which is also the card of a Leo. okay, the Sun and the Page of Cups. Wow, and the Justice here at the bottom of the deck. So here's the thing, you're healing from something that you have dealt with another person, possibly with a Leo. There might have been a rejection of a love offer, might have been somebody that maybe rejected you. Could have been a Libra also, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But I'm getting here strong air and fire energy, right? Any other fire sign could have been. But I feel like that this is something that maybe you're recovering from. I don't know. This person could resurface to actually make an offer to you now because they're having a major realization. Take it as it resonates, but I feel like that something hurt you at a very deep level. You might have opened up yourself big time towards this person, contributed and shared a lot of things, and maybe it was one-sided. It was not getting reciprocated, and that has caused a lot of major havoc towards you, right? So that's something that you're healing from. I'm also seeing here something about childhood with the Sun card here. This always grabs my attention. The little child sitting on a horse, it talks about our childhood. There is some sort of a pattern that you are breaking free from, finally letting go of. Now, in the recent past, the Five of Swords is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Wands. So whoever you were dealing with, I feel like that there was a lot of on and off energy. Okay, back and forth and back and forth. Five of Wands, maybe this person was arguing. There was a conflict that happened between you and them. And I know that Aquarius, you are not a conflict. You're not a sign that likes conflict. Okay, you're a very altruistic, humanitarian sign. You like peace. You're like, I want peace. I want everyone to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like let's agree to disagree type, which I like about you a lot. I just feel like that in this case, you might have kind of overextended yourself a little bit too much. And there must have been some sort of misunderstanding. Somebody might have broken and invaded your boundaries. They might have gotten into your space too much. And this might have caused you a lot of headache, could have caused you to really feel as if your boundaries were violated, okay? And you wanted to talk to this person, maybe whenever you were saying something to them with the Ace of Swords, it talks about speech communication. It might have been perceived as if you were trying to control them, as if you were trying to tell them whatever, but I feel like that was not your intention. But that's how this person perceived it. Could have been a Taurus, okay? I'm seeing here a strong sense of fixed sign. Very much of a fixed sign, somebody that's very stubborn. So Aquarius, and I know you are a fixed sign too, and I'm a fixed sign too, right? But I feel like that sometimes an unevolved, unhealed version of a fixed sign could be very difficult to deal with. So the Sun in the recent past is clarified by the Eight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Pentacles. So some of you, here's the thing, you had this question whether to stay in a connection and be miserable or to walk away and finally find your happiness, okay? Because for many of you, I feel like that your stability was jeopardized, your finances maybe was jeopardized. There is something about your happiness that you couldn't really find. Like you might have missed it somewhere along the way. And I feel like that this has affected you big time. And you trusted your intuition in the recent past, Aquarius, and you decided to move forward, following your intuition, following your emotions. Now, Queen of Cups in the recent past is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands. For many of you, I do strongly feel like here that there is something here about abandonment that you were able to finally heal from and move on from. Somebody somewhere in the recent past, whether that's in your childhood, but I feel like for many of you, you might have had a very tumultuous, like a breakup from somebody, possibly a water sign, okay, that really left a huge mark on you, but you were able to heal from that, forgive and move on. And this has actually, this situation that you deal with this person might have been a trigger to kind of revisit that wound of abandonment and really to take a look at it from a different perspective, from a perspective of how can I grow out of these. And you eventually victoriously overcame that and you came out of that painful situation in a very noble way. So I'm saying, now, in the present moment, there is a new beginning here that you are definitely anticipating in the midst of your healing. The Fool is clarified by the Two of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. Here is the thing. You're realizing that you're no longer going to be getting stuck onto the past. And I feel like that given the fact that the Mercury is in retrograde right now in the sign of Leo. Mercury is the planet of communication, technology, right? So a lot of things might be resurfacing, patterns might be resurfacing, people from the past may come back and kind of like trigger certain things, pull the trigger. And I feel like that you are really, really at this point with the Two of Pentacles, making a decision here. Is this something, whatever situation that might have this person caused you, is this something you really want to stay long term, or should you walk away? Because I feel like that the longer you linger in this energy, in this level of energy and this environment, possibly for some it could be a job, the more it affects you. Okay, and you don't want to stay there. The Fool here is talking about you might be wanting to relocate. You might be literally wanting to buy a new home, move into a new apartment, change your location. There is something here about a career change. There is a big move that you are making. And I think that the concept of family looks very different to you now than what it used to be before. Okay, Ten of Pentacles, concept of family. You're definitely in this energy of, you know what, I'm gonna focus on what's important for me. I'm gonna prioritize my moves. You might have put other people's needs in front of you, and I know that as an Aquarius, because I know I have my best friend's Aquarius, you kind of you make great friends, like best friends, I'm saying, and you tend to kind of overgive. So you might have learned to kind of pull back and set some boundaries here. That's why I see here with the Nine of Wands here being very guarded. The person on your mind, this is somebody that's on your mind. We're going to talk about that, but the Nine of Wands here is clarified by the King of Swords, the Tower, and the Four of Wands. The concept of family, like I said, is changing for you. I feel like that for many of you, you're no longer subscribing to what the society believes for you, what the society wants for you. Okay, the Tower here is literally talking about collapse and demolition and destruction of the past habits, the old world. And you're having this understanding that, like, you know what, I don't have to like shrink myself and make myself smaller to make other people feel comfortable, whether that's a family member, that's a friend, whoever that is. You're having a major realization. Now, there is somebody on your mind that you almost feel like this person is gonna either make a turn or it just keeps coming back, okay? You keep thinking about this person, and you really are asking yourself this question. I have done all of this healing within myself with the Four of Swords. Is this something that I really should go forward or not? The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Exactly. Is this the person you would really want to have family with? Is this somebody that's going to keep continuing giving you breadcrumbs, right? How is this person contributing into this relationship, into this connection? For many of you, you might have even prior to this person have found, when you look back, you realize that you might have been in certain connections where there is a similar pattern where you might feel like that you're kind of getting a little bit breadcrumb and you don't want that anymore. You want to change that. You want to change that for yourself, because that's why I'm saying here the concept of family is changing. You're building on new foundations. You might be wanting to really do something completely different out of the ordinary. Now, Six of Cups in the near future, like I said, a resurfacing of a person wanting to make an offer, and this is bringing you into a place where you have to really make a very solid decision. Six of Cups is clarified by the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisceana, Page of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Somebody here wants to reunite and reconcile with you, and you have to make a decision. Three of Cups, reconciliation. Are you going to be making that reconciliation or not? Do you really want to reunite with this individual? And this person could come across as coming from a very emotionally stable place, right? We usually can see with the King of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Stability, this person could show up as they're coming from a very grounded place. This is somebody with the Empress energy, Taurus energy, could be really wanting to have children with you also. What is this new offer about for my Aquarius? Let's find out. So, the Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Death card, Scorpio energy, the Hierophant, Taurus, and the Two of Cups. This is about a relationship. It's about commitment. And I feel like that this is somebody that might start thinking about, or might have already started thinking about marriage like more seriously than what they used to before. There's also a very strong intimacy, sexual connection between you and this person. Looks like this offer that's coming towards your way, dear Aquarius, is coming from a place of commitment, okay? And I feel like that there is possibly marriage on the horizon between you and this person as well. But you have to be the one to really, really make the decision between you and them. Now, the Page of Pentacles in the near future is it requires plan. It requires a practical plan. This is not something up in the air. Like, you need to really see some tangible changes, behavioral patterns and changes in this person's behavior before you even invest yourself into it. So the Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. Okay, I'm gonna say this and we're gonna move on. Okay, could be same-sex situation, doesn't have to be. If it does resonate, resonates. If it doesn't, that's not the case then. For many of you, I feel like that, what comes into place is the sense of stability. Okay, for you want to be in a relationship, but you don't want to be tied up to the ways that this person wants to lead the relationship. There is something that has shifted within you, Aquarius, especially since we're in the age of Aquarius, about marriage, commitment. Maybe you don't want to rush into marriage right now. This person, maybe that's what they want, but maybe that's not what you are seeking right now. You just want stability. You want a home. You want a mega house. I'm saying that's what I'm channeling. I don't know, I could be wrong, but this is about a practical plan, somebody that's being very practical. There is this sense of seriousness from their approach coming in towards your way, okay? And you want to make sure that there is financial independence from this person. They're not living based off of your means. They're not taking up space from your home. They're not using your resources only. There is a collaboration going on, okay? Partnership, that's what the Two of Cups here is about. It's about partnership, duality, okay? Could be business partners, could be, romantic lovers. Now, let's get into the advice. Very interesting reading, Aquarius. Let me get the advice for you. What is the advice for my cutie patootie Aquarians? What is the advice? Okay, so in order, like I said, the decision here has to be made. That's a fact with the Seven of Cups. A very important decision, Aquarius. And only the prerequisite is when this person shows up as somebody that really wants to work into the relationship, they really want to put in the effort, they really want to grow this relationship. There is efforts, like I said, practical efforts that are being shown from this person, right? They're being financially invested, physically, emotionally, and in many other ways. Then you can allow this connection to unfold in a way, because you didn't heal your heart for nothing. You haven't done all this work within yourself for nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why independence is very important. The Nine of Pentacles, I strongly tie this card up with an Aquarius energy, although it's for Earth sign, but it's like, I'm financially independent. I want to make sure that you are also covered up, right? At least have some dental insurance. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm saying, so it's very important for you to discuss that with this person, because lovey-dovey, honeymoon phase, infatuation, and things like that, that's one thing. But the sustainability and the longevity of this connection is on the question for you. It's on the table. It's on the plate for you to really discuss and to really understand, is this somebody that I can really trust and I can really go forward with? Other than that, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you have to second guess yourself. Did I make the right decision? Did I not make the right decision? So Aquarius, I'm going to pull one intimacy prompt card here for you and your partner that you can discuss. Feel free to discuss this. This is going to be, feel free to discuss in the comments as well, a random question. I pull one for each sign. If you could see into the future, what's one thing you want to see? Okay, so your prompt here that you can discuss with your person is basically, if you could see into the future, what's one thing you want to see? Very futuristic question, very Aquarius question, Aquarian. If I could see one thing into the future, I really would want to see, if you could see into the future, what's one thing you want to see? I want to see, honestly, like, the end of the wars in the world, to be honest. I know this may sound like, oh my gosh, that's like so cheesy, but like, can we just like all live in peace? Can everyone just shut the fuck up, see what I'm saying? And just like let everyone live. Like, enough of this fighting, enough of this low frequency, low consciousness, low vibration, tearing each other down, tearing each other apart. Women tearing other women down. Like, y'all just want to do woman empowerment. Why don't you stand up for and empower other women? Men doing that to other men. Like, y'all just need to really, really level up. Like, I want to see a future where there is harmony, there is no wars, there is peace, and there is love. And I think that time is going to come. And this is my honest review. I've been doing a lot of thinking, Aquarius, and yes, I will share this with you. All the tectonic movements that are happening right now, seismic activities going on, volcanoes erupting, right? All of these things, it's indicating a new earth is forming. The frequency and the magnitude, the energy of the earth is changing. Human consciousness is leveling up and is changing. And these natural situations that are happening, right? Mother Earth is responding to that frequency, and it's also pushing people to understand, understand, and overstand. They need to make a decision. They need to realize it's not about the car, not about the house, not about the person that they're wanting so bad. It's about being present in the present moment, and how can they help the humanity to shift and change their focus and their energy. Because all of those things that I just mentioned could be taken away from you within split seconds. I'm saying it's not about the fame, it's not about the 100,000 subscribers, YouTube play button, it's none of that shit. It's about who are you being in the present moment? Who am I being? How am I contributing to the society and to the humanity on day-to-day basis? See what I'm saying? Am I walking what I'm preaching? Because the human consciousness is evolving, and that's why the interdimensional experiences with aliens and interdimensional experiences, which I have had with blue beings by doing Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations and breath work, is becoming more popular because the veil has been lifted. See what I'm saying? That's some sassy shit. The veil has been lifted. It's becoming thinner, Aquarius. People are waking up to the fact that they're realizing, you know what? They have been living in a matrix. It's been an illusion. They need to wake up. See what I'm saying? So I don't know. I might have gone a little bit too far, but I just wanted to genuinely share that because I know you will understand what I am saying. You're an Aquarius. Yes, you can. Yes, you are. Now, what would be the one thing you would want to see into the future? So, dear Aquarius, this is what I had for you, my cutie patootie. I'm very passionate. I'm a quadruple Leo. My birthday was just on July 28. AA, Mercury in retrograde. It's a full throttle. Love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.